Hey family, how are you doing today? I hope you all are having a lovely day. My name is Terry Ann Bell and welcome back to Terry Ann Talks. And today we're going to be discussing narcissistic abuse once again. And this time we're going to be discussing the topic of, and this came to me the other day, this revelation. And I definitely knew it was worth sharing, that narcissistic abuse is something that you actively heal from. Okay? It's something that you actively heal from. Because the abuse that the narcissist or those group of narcissistic people have put you through has caused you damage to your mind, your heart, your body, and your soul. It has affected you in all areas of your life. Every single area was affected by it. And it's narcissistic abuse is not just an easy fix. It's not like a fast recovery. It's not like, no. When you really have been abused by a narcissist, you'll realize how the process of healing is gradual. It's a gradual process. Because the narcissist is a spirit, and that spirit jumps in the bodies of people, and you can experience narcissistic abuse anywhere, in your family, at work, with a group of friends, with a sorority or fraternity, with a spouse. A lot of people have dealt with it as a spouse, or a romantic partner, even if you all didn't officially get married, but it's the same exact spirit affecting people. And everything that they have put you through, those experiences that you can't get out of your head, that you can't forget about because it's lodged in your brain. The memories that those people have created for you are associated with violence and trauma. And the thing is, the narcissists, they are the villain in your story. We are all the villain in someone's story. But the narcissist is a cold, vicious, wicked, no remorse villain. Because what they have done is they have caused so much damage that anytime you think of them, anytime you hear their name, anytime they're brought up, anytime you're just reminded of everything that they put you through. You're reminded, when you look at them, all you can see is how hurtful they were to you. Because the hurtful things that they have done to you holds more weight than the good that they have ever done for you. That is what holds more weight, is the abuse. So when you look at these narcissists and you just think, I don't even want to have you around me, because my spirit, my body does not feel safe with you being around me. Because I don't want to sit here and be around somebody that I have to watch or just be on the lookout or just be on the defense mode for if they decide to come and antagonize me and chastise me and just abuse me unprovoked. And the thing is, we have to realize about narcissistic abuse is that narcissistic abuse is majority of the time unprovoked, and it gets you so pissed to a point where it's just it's like grunting in your teeth, pissed off. It's like, I wasn't even fucking doing anything to you. I was sitting here minding my fucking business. Why couldn't you mind yours? I wasn't bothering nobody. I wasn't bothering you. I was merely just existing. So why the fuck did you come over here and start messing with me? You could have left me alone. I didn't do shit to you. And the thing is, they'll say, oh well, you did this is why I did that. No, let me tell you, how you handled the situation does not even equate to what I did. They'll bring up one thing you did and say, this is why I had to do that. No, bro, because the punishment does not fit the crime. It's okay, y'all. I'm over here rolling up because, I got to do this when I talk about this kind of stuff. It's a reason as to why. Let me talk about that real quick. I'm going to digress. There's a reason why a lot of people that have been through narcissistic abuse can deal with stuff like addictions and stuff like that, substance abuse, because what they're trying to do is escape the feelings that they're feeling. They're trying to escape it all. They're trying to regulate their nervous system because their nervous system is so dysregulated. It's like they go through narcissistic abuse and then their body feels like it's on fight or flight. Or especially to some people that have it worse, is people that come from the people that have the narcissistic abuse the worst are the ones that came from narcissistic families. Because there are people out there that I have come across that have dealt with narcissistic abuse, but they came from a very loving family. Their family loves and adores them. So when their family was very supportive throughout their experience, and even after, when they left the narcissist, their family was there to help them, support them, and love them back to heal, like love them back to wellness. But to my people that resonate with me on this deeper note, this is my experience. Grew up in a narcissistic home. Grew up with narcissistic parents, grew up with narcissistic family members, grew up with narcissistic siblings. So that's a deeper pain. It's you were raised in an abusive home. You were brought up in an abusive situation. Some people were brought up in a very healthy, loving situation. And then they went out into the real world, not having as strong discernment at the time. And they ran into a narcissist, and that is what upped their spirit. Now they're like, now I can recognize you. Now I'm not going to deal with this anymore. It was something that they needed to make them stronger. But other people, they've dealt with narcissistic abuse their whole life. And then every single time they go someplace else, they run into the same people. They run into an abusive partner. They go into situations with abusive friends or abusive situations. And then they come back to their family, and their family doesn't even support them. Their family just kind of writes it off. Their family invalidates their experience. Their family talks about, oh, well, it was just growing pains. It wasn't even that bad. What did you do? Obviously, you did something to them. Maybe it was. And it's like, because honestly, in order for your family to see anything wrong with what those other people, oh, come on, Spirit, I hear this message. I hear this word coming through. It's because those people, they may have thought that, like, the only reason as to why your family can't see that what these people did to you was wrong is because they can't even see what they have done wrong. So a lot of the things that you say to your narcissistic family is about about the abuse that you have suffered from. Even if you're not talking about the abuse from your family, you're saying, you know, like this relationship or these group of friends, or at work, or at school, or in my organization, my sorority, my fraternity, or in my sports curricular activity, like whatever it is. A lot of the things that those people do to you is similar to what your family does to you. So when they're hearing things that you have been through, and they're like, that sounds like the kind of, your family is basically like, that sounds like stuff that I do. So I can't look at it, that other person can't be wrong, because that would mean that I'm wrong. And narcissists do not want to see that they are wrong. That's exactly why they continue to just hurt people all the time. They never take accountability. That's the reason why they deflect so much, because they really think that they have done no wrong. So the people, I think the strongest people, the strongest warriors that have dealt with narcissistic abuse are the people that were raised in narcissistic homes, and they ran into narcissistic abuse in every area of their life. And that's tough. Like spiritual soul, like in the words of spiritual soul. Now that's tough. Or in the words of my big brother TransGenius, where they do that at? Exactly. Like, where do they do that at? Seriously. But let me tell you, baby, you did not deserve to have all of that happen to you. No matter how much these people have tried to convince you that you deserved it. Because what narcissists are, the thing about a narcissist is that they want to convince themselves, and they want to convince you, and they want to convince everybody else that they had a reason to. Basically, they're saying, yes, I hurt this person, but I have a very, very valid reason for why I hurt this person. And if you think that my reason is not valid enough, and that makes you, like, it's just a whole bunch of just bullshit, really. It's just a bunch of bullshit. And we're awakening to the fact where people are just sick and tired of the bullshit with these narcissistic people, because we're finally recognizing what a narcissist truly is. And a narcissist is a fucking demon. They are a spawn of Satan. They are the fallen angels that Lucifer took with him when he was kicked out of heaven. Narcissists are literally the 7 deadly sins. And that's another conversation for another day, for me to go into each of the 7 deadly sins and speak about. That's exactly the spirit that they carry. And some of them may carry more than one spirit, but they carry the 7 deadly sins. And a lot of them, majority of them, carry the spirit of pride, the spirit of envy, and the spirit of wrath. Those are the 3 that they carry, the main 3 that they carry. Others of them can carry the spirit of lust, the spirit of greed, the spirit of gluttony, the spirit of sloth. Gluttony, greed, sloth. What's the last one? I said envy, I said pride, I said wrath. Gluttony, greed, sloth. I'm missing one. I said wrath, pride, envy. Okay, I think I got them all down. Yeah, the spirit of lust, gluttony, greed, or sloth. Yeah, I'm not missing one. I got them all. But anyway, sorry y'all. Anyway, and thank you for y'all listening. Like, it's this one, baby. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping me. Thank you. But anyway, y'all. Narcissistic abuse is something that you actively heal from, because you have to work through all of the avenues and all of the aspects of the pain that you have been through. You have to work on reprogramming your subconscious mind so that their voices are no longer in your mind. Where the experiences, the things that they have said, their voice is no longer your inner voice. And that's something that you have to actively work through each and every day. You know, so what does that look like? As I'm speaking this, let me go ahead and give you the solutions, because it's one thing to discuss a problem, but it's another thing to discuss solutions. And that's what you're looking for. That's what you want. That's what you need. That's what we all need. Let me give it to you. The solution to help yourself with the mental part of it. I know you're probably going to think I'm going to say meditation. And yeah, that's a given. But before I get into that, let me just give you the nitty gritty, the realness of it. You have to learn how to calm those racing thoughts in your mind. You have to learn how to remove any thoughts out of your mind. Like, you have to get control over your mind again. And it's going to require you to sit with your thoughts. To sit with those thoughts. And as you sit with those thoughts, with no distractions, and these thoughts come to you, you have to be able to decipher what thoughts are of you, what thoughts are of God, and what thoughts are not of you and are not of God. Because there are certain thoughts that are just ruminating through your mind that is causing you pain. And when you investigate the root cause of that, you have to figure out where it's coming from. Is it coming from a wound within your life, or is it coming from something that a seed that someone else has planted? Something else that someone has said to you. That's what you have to get to the root cause of it. That's reprogramming your subconscious mind, is by knowing and identifying where it's coming from, for you to have a shift in perspective. The way that you heal from narcissistic abuse is a shift in perspective on how you see the situation. On how you see them for who they are and what they are and what was happening in the situation. That's how that mental shift. And you get that by taking the time to just be present with your thoughts. Those thoughts are not going to go away. You can run from yourself, but you can never hide from yourself. Those thoughts are not going to go away until you address them. They need to be addressed for a reason, because they're trying to tell you something. Not every thought is your thought. And you have to be able to decipher what thoughts are of you, what thoughts are not of you. Another thing to help you is to learn how to not allow the thoughts to consume you. Because when a thought comes to our mind and our emotions get attached to that thought, then all of a sudden we are all emotional and everything, and it's sending us on this downward spiral. We have to not become the emotion by the thought alone. It's by not allowing the thought to completely consume you. It's you challenging those thoughts. It's the enemy does another thing where they'll keep reminding you of the pain of your past and make you focus on the pain. But what you can do in your mind is to challenge your mind and tell yourself, like, okay, but look at how strong I am now. Look at how much powerful I am. Look at how I overcame. Look at how I conquered that situation. You see, the enemy wants you to focus on the past, but God wants you to focus on the present, where you are now. And where you are now is not where you used to be. Who you are now is not going to allow what happened to you to happen to you in this present moment. Another thing is healing your heart. You heal your heart by allowing your heart to bleed. And what that means is, if you ever watched Iyanla Vanzant, her show Fix My Life, one thing that she would say when a part of your healing is, she says, did you ever just let your heart break? And so I'm not using her words, but that's the inspiration of it. Did you ever just let your heart break? Or in my words, let your heart bleed. Bleed out the emotion that is in your heart. Because when you go through intense situations, it's like open heart surgery. You have to pour out all of the excess stuff that doesn't belong. And you have to purge all of that out of you. And a part of the purging is the feeling of it. The major part of healing is feeling the emotion and letting it pass through you. We have to allow the pain to pass through us. Okay? And when you can allow your heart to just pour out what it feels, you're allowing yourself to heal. And most importantly, with no shame. If you want to get as angry as you want, get as angry as you want without any shame. If you want to crawl on the floor and weep and wail in fetal position and holler and scream out to let that pain out, let it out. You have to allow that emotion to come out of your body, to come out of your spirit, to come out of your heart, because it's stored in your heart. That heaviness that you feel in your heart is the pain that you haven't felt yet, that you haven't expressed yet, that you have been suppressing. You want that knot in your chest to go away? Feel it. Feel whatever feeling that you feel. And because the damage was there was so much damage that was done, the severity of how deeply you have been abused, you're going to have to do that daily. Each and every day, just continuing to pour it out of you. Because when you deal with the narcissistic abuse, you're healing by the day. You're healing as you go on. You're healing as you move forward. But it's okay, because a part of your healing process is you may feel like you got everything figured out, but then you may feel like you're making good strides. But then you're going to have moments where you feel like you just are backtracking, where you feel like you need to let out a cry, where you realize how hurt you really are. It's all a part of the healing process. It's a very hurtful, traumatic thing, that experience that you go through. And people break down all the time when they talk about their abuse, because it was ridiculous. It was something that it was something that they didn't have to go through. But they had to go through it. You hear what I'm saying? Like, shit, I didn't have to go through that. I didn't deserve that. But you know what? If it's a part of my, like the ego was saying, I didn't have to go through that. But the soul is saying, well, you know what? I needed it to make me stronger. I needed it to grow into the version that I am today. I needed to go through that to help me fight off these narcissists so they could be gone for good. Age of Aquarius. We ain't dealing with narcissistic abuse no more. And also we have healing of your spirit. Healing of your spirit, your soul. How you heal that is by you having a different relationship with your spirit. By you living from your spirit. Doing things that your soul feels fulfilled to do. That is one part of you being the version of yourself that you need to be. Because when you were dealing with narcissistic abuse, you almost weren't fully being yourself. You were being a version that they wanted you to be. But when you step into your own self, you ain't finna let these narcissists run you. You ain't finna let these people just control you. Because you're living from your soul. When you tell your flesh to stand down, soul stand up, and you do what your soul has called you to do, your soul is going to guide you to the people and experiences that are going to serve your highest good. Your flesh is going to go to what your flesh is attracted to. And sometimes your flesh can be attracted to chaos and drama because of a trauma bond. And that's exactly why you deal with those narcissists, is because of trauma that you have to heal from. So another way that you heal narcissistic abuse is by healing the wounds, those deep-seated wounds that attracted them to you in the first place. When you address that wound, your mother wound, your father wound, your abandonment wound, when you address those wounds, then you're going to realize why you allowed that into your life. And you'll recognize, I don't need that in my life because it didn't fill the void. You wanted to fill a void and the void wasn't filled. It's not going to be filled with these people, so leave them alone. Have nothing to do with those people. That's how you heal your spirit from it, is by healing the root cause of where it all started. And it all started in your childhood. Everything started in your childhood. What was your childhood like? What was your experience like with your mother and your father? What was your experience like with your siblings? Okay, what were the pros? What were the cons? You have to address those situations. No, we're not asking our families and our parents to be perfect. No one is perfect. But we are asking for people to treat you like a decent human being, to treat you with respect and love and kindness and empathy. And if you can't do that, then you can't be in my life. You see, narcissistic abuse happens to the best of us. Okay? The strongest people on this earth have dealt with narcissistic abuse, and they have overcame it, and they have been stronger because of it. The weakest people of this earth are the narcissists themselves. So they had to break us down to make us feel weaker than them just so that they can feel empowered. No. We're not about to carry the burden of somebody else's insecurity. Somebody else's insecurity is not your responsibility. Their insecurity is not your problem. How they respond to you, that ain't your problem. How they feel about you, how you trigger them is not your problem. It's their problem. And that was the issue. They made it our problem by blaming it on us. By blaming everything that they were going through on us. We were the scapegoat. We were the ones that was targeted. They made us out to be this horrible villain that we were not. But let me tell you, narcissistic people love to go ahead and blame others for their actions because they are not woman enough and they are not man enough to admit that they have done wrong. They're too immature for that. It's too much of a challenge for them. It's too hard for them. It's just they don't have the maturity to actually admit that they have done wrong. They're so fucking childish and so immature. And once you see them for who they are, an immature child, it's like, oh, so basically what you're saying is you're not mature enough to take accountability for the role that you play. You're not mature enough and you're not woman enough to admit, yeah, I just fucked up. So instead, you want to sit up here and blame somebody else and you want to have somebody else take the fall for it. Baby, you just a fucking immature child. So get out of my face. That's all it is. That's all it is. They ain't mature enough. It's like, because a real mature person is going to admit that they did wrong. A respectable man and woman admits that they did wrong. But you see, they ain't going to want to hear that. They ain't going to want to hear that. So people that's like, to my gang stalkers, to my opposites, listen to this right now. Yeah, you're fucking immature. Because all you did was blame me for every fucking thing. Tried to say that I was the main problem when how was I the main problem when y'all problem still persisted when I left? Or how was I the main problem when the issues were existing before my ass was even born, before my ass was even fucking thought of? I'm the last one that got here. The last one out of all of the fucking siblings that got here. So how was I the problem when y'all problems had been persisted? Fuck y'all. Y'all know that y'all. The only reason why I'm a problem to you is because you all have sat there and suffered in silence through all of that chaos. You were afraid to speak up. And when I decided to speak up, Now you feel like dynamics are going to change. Now you have to see this person for who they are. You don't want to see them for who they are. Because y'all rather play it safe and just accept the narcissist for who they are than to actually stand up to them and say, no, you a fucked up person. Because let's think about it. When you're dealing with a narcissistic person and they're abusive towards everybody can know that person is abusive. Everybody knows that husband, that father is abusive. Everybody knows that woman, that mother is abusive. Everybody knows that one family member is abusive. But let's just stop trying to sweep shit under the rug and try to act like we don't see that. And the thing is, the reason why they made you out to be the scapegoat, the black sheep, is because you were not afraid to stand up and be like, this is fucked up. This is wrong. Y'all are wrong. They wanted to stay safe in their chaos. They wanted to stay safe in their toxicity. But you said, I'm not about to sit up here and suffer in silence because of y'all toxicity while y'all get to run free and continue to treat people in your kind of way, and I'm the one that's getting hurt every single time. No, I'm not doing that. And as you continue to actively heal from narcissistic abuse, you'll see yourself getting better each and every day and healing each and every day. But you have to be active with it. You have to want to heal. You have to work to heal. You can't just, distract yourselves with other things, whether that's other people, whether that's, scrolling through social media, whether that's distracting yourself at work. You can't do that and expect yourself to heal, to fully heal from what you've been through. If you distract yourself, but you're not processing your pain, that pain is going to be there until you address it. You can try to do everything you want to do. But if you want true happiness and true peace, you got to heal that. Listen, some of you may not have been happy for a very long time because of all the abuse that you have suffered from. But you deserve to be happy. You deserve to experience joy. You would deserve to experience love. You deserve to experience people that want to be around you, people that love you, people that appreciate you, not tolerate you. You deserve all of that. And what you have to do is you have to give that to yourself first. The way that you can actively heal from your narcissistic abuse is to give yourself the type of emotional support and validation that you know you need. If you're trying to, let me tell you, if you go seeking external validation or support emotionally from people that have not really been through narcissistic abuse, they're really not going to understand fully where you're coming from. They may be there just to listen, but they're not going to be able to offer you any type of sound advice or wisdom or anything. Because they have not walked your shoes. They don't have the wisdom. But if you're going to seek any type of external validation or any type of outside resources, go to people that have actually experienced it, because they're going to hear you. They're going to know where you're coming from. But also at the same time, you have to validate yourself and what you have experienced, because you know what you've experienced. You know what people have said to you. You know how what they have said has made you feel. You know this. Do not allow anybody else to gaslight you, and don't you dare gaslight yourself. Because a lot of times what can happen is when you go to talk to other people about your narcissistic abuse that haven't really been through it, they're going to look at things logically. But the thing is, when you're dealing with the narcissist, these are irrational, illogical people. They don't operate out of logic. They operate out of pure evilness, pure wickedness. There's no... what's the word I'm looking for? Like, there's no boundary. There's no stopping. There's no remorse. There's no form of control. They have no self-control. And narcissistic abuse is something that you do have to actively heal yourself from, because each day as you work through that pain, each day you get stronger, each day you get wiser, each day you get brighter, each day you get energetically lighter. Each day your vibration rises higher. Each day you are walking your purpose. You are growing into the version that you need to be. So remember that. It's something that you actively heal from each and every day. It's not something that you can just wish away. It's not something that you can just, oh, it's gone. No. You have to put in the work to heal it. You have to put in the work to heal that. Or else things are not going to change. Or else things are going to remain the same. And you probably noticed that you may have had moments where the narcissistic abuse you suffered from put you into a hermit mode, where you just did not want to talk to anybody. You didn't want to deal with anybody. It was just too much for you. And you were in that hermit mode and you were processing through some pain. You were gaining wisdom. You were gaining clarity. But you feel like, yeah, I've done a lot of changes here, but I still feel like changes happen all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may have spent a lot of time working on healing your spirit, working on healing your mind, working on healing your heart. But you haven't done as much healing your body because your body is still storing that trauma. Your body is still has that energy. That's why actively healing is a way for you to help move that energy. So things that you have to do each and every day, movement in your body. That's why you see a lot of people hitting the gym and working out. If you're the type of person you want to hit the gym and work out, do that, baby. Feel the burn. When you're thinking of those situations, you know what I'm saying? Allow that emotion to come out. Challenge yourself by lifting heavier weights and think of the people that have hurt you and imagine like you using that energy to push through. That's what's going to get you stronger, baby. Use that energy some type of way. When you're using that energy in a way to get yourself stronger and more powerful, you're now using that bad thing into your favor and it's turning out for your good. It was not in vain. You know, you can do another things to my ladies. You know, you can do things such as yoga, stretching your body, moving that energy through your body. You know, especially doing a lot of like leg work, hip work, you know, just doing a lot of things to really stretch your hips, because that right there is your root chakra. That's where a lot of that is stored. And you getting that energy flowing in that area is going to help to relieve a lot of that tension. When you feel the burn, when you feel the pain, fight through it, because that is that energy that's getting out of you. It's flowing through you. And to my people that, let's say you don't have a gym around you or nearby you, or let's say that you don't have transportation to get to a gym. It just doesn't fit in your schedule to go to a gym. Or the big one, let's say you just cannot afford to go to a gym right now. That is okay, baby, because you can still work out at home. Try some things that are going to help you to alleviate that pain, to help heal your body. That can look like you doing some push-ups, you doing some planks, you doing some crunchies, some sit-ups or something, because what that is it's making you feel the burn. It's making you feel that burn. And when you feel that burn, you're going to allow that emotion to pass through you, because you could be in a moment where you're doing some push-ups or you're doing a plank and you're holding your plank for maybe, let's say 30 seconds, 45 seconds or 60 seconds for you up, you know, you challengers up there. If you're thinking about what has happened to you and you're thinking of all of that pain, challenge yourself to hold that plank longer. Challenge yourself to do more push-ups, to push through that anger. You push it through that anger, you're now turning that anger and that pain into strength, because all that anger is hurt. You're turning all of that hurt and pain into your strength now, and you're strengthening up your body. That's how you heal your body, by being active. Also a big one, getting out in nature, allowing nature to heal you, just sitting up against a tree, just next to Gaia, just allowing her to heal you. I understand right now it's winter time, because it's, as I'm making this video, it is January 25th, 2023. It's winter time. A lot of people may not want to go out because it's snowing and everything. Like right now, as we speak, it has been snowing all day in Chicago. Okay? Woke up to a blanket of snow. So I get you may not be able to go out in nature too long or too much because, you know, but still, when the weather breaks, get out there in nature. And even now, even though it's wintertime, just give yourself just a little bit of time outside, outdoors. Don't spend your whole day indoors. Even if it is winter, do not spend your entire day indoors. If you can give yourself maybe 30 minutes to be outside and feel that fresh air, do what you need to do because it's going to help you. That's you actively healing from narcissistic abuse. It's you regulating your nervous system again. You calming your mind, calming those racing thoughts, healing your heart, healing your spirit, healing your body. All of that plays a role, baby. And when you actively heal, you will begin to see results. You will start to see things turn around for you. You will start to see a complete 180. But do not be like those people. Do not become like the people that have hurt you in your process of healing from your pain. Become better, become brighter, become more healed, become more loving. Because that was their decision to come against you. That was their decision to hurt you because they are bitter, miserable people that wanted other people to be just as miserable with them. But their misery is not your responsibility. These people didn't even want you to experience joy. Anytime you were happy, anytime something was good happening in your life, they found a way to sabotage you, to ruin it, or to just make you feel bad, or just give you a horrible experience while you had this. And you don't deserve that. I hope that I really wish us all so much healing. And listen, as we are healing from this narcissistic abuse, we're not always going to have all of the answers on how we need to heal. I don't have all of the answers on how we have to heal from narcissistic abuse because I'm in the process of still figuring this out on my own, right? I'm figuring this out myself. But the wisdom that I get, I share it with you all. And this is the best way that I'm seeing the situation right now in this very moment is talking through it. By tomorrow, I could see things in a much broader perspective, in a much different way, have much more clarity, much more wisdom. But this is where I am now. And this has been helpful. It's been healing to myself, and I hope that it has been for you as well. But I want to just basically say that, to just give you that confirmation that if you are working to heal this gradually, one day at a time, you're going at your own pace, you're not rushing yourself to heal from the narcissistic abuse you've suffered, I'm here to give you this confirmation that you are doing exactly the right thing. You are doing exactly what you need to. You are doing the right thing because you are healing in the most effective and healthy way that best suits you and works for you. Everyone's situation is different when it comes to narcissistic abuse, you know? We deal with a similar spirit, but the scenario is all different. The experiences are all different, but we feel the same pain. And what we can do as survivors of narcissistic abuse is formulate a community where people can express themselves, where people's feelings and emotions can be validated, where when your feelings and emotions are validated, that is what helps you to heal, because now it's like my pain is real. My pain is real. And that's what helps you to validate your emotions. That is what helps you to accept it. And that's what helps you to essentially move forward. But when you're trying to heal and you go around people that just invalidate you, it's not helping you. It's hindering you. It's holding you back and it's sending you backwards. We're moving forward now. We're moving forward. And your duty is to validate every single one of your emotions that you have. And be that for others, because we've had so many times of people gaslighting us. So what we can do is, us survivors, let's create a community with each other. When you know someone has been through narcissistic abuse and they talk about it, help them. Help them to heal. Help them to validate their emotions. Help them to get the apology that they never received from their abuser. Help them to heal, because I'm telling you, every single time they feel compassion and empathy, that helps their spirit heal. And let me tell you, you giving that to someone else helps to heal yourself as well. Become the person that you needed, not only for yourself, but for others as well, because everyone needs it. The key to healing is love. So what we need to do is to really destroy these narcissists is we have to just continue to love on each other. Your loved ones, your community, your people, anybody that suffered from narcissistic abuse, love on those people. Love those people. Share that love with them. Share your empathy. Share your compassion. Share your kindness. Be genuine with them. Be soft. Be gentle with them. Because that is what's going to help them heal. That's what's going to help to calm their nervous system. Compliment people. Tell people they look good. Tell people you love their new hairstyle. Tell people you love that new outfit they got on. Tell people you are rocking with that new purse that they got. Tell them, yeah, man, I love your shoes. Yeah, man, I love that hat you got on. Whatever you have to do. Yeah, man, you rolling in your new car, your new whip. Okay, I see you. Compliment people. Make people feel good about themselves. Because you know how many times we were torn down for things that made us happy? Let's reverse that. Let's reverse it so now people can go ahead and do what make them feel good, to do things that give them confidence because they know they're going to be supported and not shut down. We can all help each other to heal by loving on each other and treating each other the way that we deserve to be treated. Fuck those narcissists. They don't deserve us anymore. They don't deserve our love. They deserve nothing because all they did was feed off of our energy, and all they did was treat us horribly. You know what I'm saying? So they deserve nothing from us. They're going to eventually wither away because they have no source. If all of their supply walks away, if we start loving on each other, all of the narcissistic survivors and victims, we start to love on each other. We start to heal. We start to recognize for what it is. We have completely separated us from them, the light versus the dark, and that dark is going to wither away. They're going to disappear in their darkness, while we continue to shine bright and shine our light and continue to heal. Age of Aquarius, their vibration, the narcissistic spirit, that vibration cannot exist. How can we help them to heal? How can we help get rid of this? Is we got to continue to heal. The key to healing is love. We got to continue to love on each other. We got to continue to heal. We got to continue to work through these pains, work through this process through our emotion. The more we do that, the more that we heal, the more we raise our vibration, and the more the vibration of the planet will rise. Imagine if we all heal, we all raise our vibration, and every single narcissistic spirit withers away, and it's a beautiful, happy world. Imagine that. So I want you to take this right now, take this message, and continue to actively heal from your narcissistic abuse. Every single day, how are you actively healing? How are you actively healing from that trauma? What is it that you can do for yourself? What is it that you can do for others? Love yourself and love your neighbor as yourself, and love God with your whole heart and soul. And every single day you wake up, baby, I want you to thank God and be grateful for God for the life that you have, and for the fact that those people are not in your life anymore. Every single day, thank those people. And if some of those people are still in your life and you're still having to deal with them, you still having to live with them, then thank God for the exit strategy. Thank God for thank God that it's only a temporary situation. Thank God that the God is going to give you the resources and the wisdom and supply all of your needs to get you up out of that situation. And thank God in advance for helping you. Thank God in advance for delivering you. Stay in gratitude. Thank God for what you have, and thank God for what's coming to you, even if it ain't even made it to you yet. It's on its way. Stay in gratitude. Stay in your light. And one last thing, remember, narcissistic abuse is something you actively heal from. It is not something that you can easily just wish away. It's not an easy fix. It's an active work of healing that we can heal and overcome. And when we as a collective heal from narcissistic abuse will cease to exist. I love you. Terry Ann Bell signing out. Ashe.